students, welcome to EduTerrain and a warm good evening to you all. Excuse me. So, hope you all had a great day today. So, with the same enthusiasm and energy, let's start today's session. Yes. So, here demystifying ESI, that is economic and social issues for NABARD Gr A and RBI Gr B, that is of 2024. Okay. So, सबसे पहले, even before starting the session, I would like to highlight one very important point that you have to take note. See, when we talk about NABARD Gr A, it is of assistant manager post, right? And when we talk about RBI Gr B, it is of manager post. So, those syllabus would be same. The level somewhere it would be a little bit higher for RBI when compared to the NABARD, क्योंकि ये assistant manager के लिए है and ये manager के लिए. So hope you understand this. Keeping this in mind, we'll start today's session. Okay? Yes. Good evening, Arpan. NABARD Gr A and RBI Gr B ESI. Before that, these are my credentials. If you want to know more about me professionally, you can go through this visuals and the table, and if you still have any questions about my professional this thing, you can always reach out to me. So the first thing that we'll see is, सबसे पहले हम लोग देखेंगे examination pattern. Where does this ESI exactly come? Okay, economic and social issues. See, when we talk about this economic and social issues for NABARD, it comes both in prelims में भी है इसका. यहाँ पे 40 मार्क्स का पेपर है, 40 क्वेश्चंस आते हैं यहाँ पे. When we talk about mains, here also we'll have, but here in combination ARD you will have ESI, wherein we'll have MCQs plus a descriptive part, right? This we have already discussed a lot. Here it would be in MCQs only. Done. Now moving to RBI. RBI में कहा था, RBI में in phase 1 you won't get ESI, but in phase 2 you will get economic and social issues. Again in the form of MCQs plus descriptive part. Okay, यहाँ तक clear है. Now हमें इतना तो समझ में आ गया है कि okay, ESI would be in both NABARD and RBI. In NABARD it is in phase 1 and phase 2. In RBI it is only in phase 2. Now what exactly does it cover? See, when we talk about economic and social issues, it has two major parts: ESI static and ESI current affairs. And one common point is there, that is, when we look at the ESI paper of NABARD and RBI, majority, or I should say close to 80% of questions would be from current affairs only, and static part 15 to 20%. You can say 75 to 80 to 85%. Okay, so current affairs of ESI would be of utmost importance in both the cases. Okay, ये हो गया. Now when we talk about ESI, now we have to look at the syllabus, right? अभी तक हमने देखा है कि कहाँ कहाँ आता है. Okay, and what are the important topics भी नहीं, which category, so वो भी हमने देख लिया है. Now the syllabus part of ESI, which is common for RBI and NABARD. If you look at these topics, 80%, close to, I would not say बिल्कुल 80%, but close to 80% of the syllabus for ESI is common for RBI Gr B and NABARD Gr A. Then what is the difference? Okay, difference जो topics है वो भी मैं बता दूंगी, but here kindly understand that when it comes to NABARD Gr A, whatever ESI that they have highlighted, they clearly mention that the focus is on rural India with special focus. So it's not that they'll ask the questions exclusively from rural India only, no, but a special focus is there on rural India. So if you are preparing simultaneously for RBI and NABARD examination, whatever that you are doing, it would be both for पैन इंडिया जो कंटेंट जो डाटा है दैट यू हैव टू लुक एट, एंड विद अ स्पेशल फोकस ऑन रूरल इंडिया व्हेन इट कम्स टू नाबार्ड एग्जामिनेशन. एंड सबसे पहले आई हैव सेड दैट दोनों का पोस्ट अलग है, तो ऑब्वियसली द लेवल ऑफ क्वेश्चंस और द level of the paper would be little bit different in both. Okay, so ये हो गया. Now these are the similar topics or common topics for RBI and NABARD. Okay, nature of Indian economy, structural and institutional features, though it's not matching point to point or word to word, but based on the topics that RBI has mentioned, based on the topics that is in the syllabus that NABARD has mentioned, these are the common topics. Indian economy opening, that is LPG, liberalization, privatization and globalization, economic reforms in India. See, privatization, inflation though they haven't mentioned in the NABARD syllabus. If you look at it's not mentioned, but in order to understand the financial aspect, you need to understand what is inflation. Okay, so inflation, trends in inflation, their impact on national economy and individual income, poverty alleviation and employment generation in India, it is there in both. Demographic trends, common. Population trends, population growth and economic development, this is not mentioned in RBI, but in order to understand the demographic trends, you have to understand the population trends and population growth and what exactly it is associated with. So yes, there are few associated topics as well that you have to go through invariably, even if it's not mentioned in either in NABARD or RBI. Okay, agriculture, common characteristics and status of agriculture, industrial policy, labor policy, ये तो common है. Regional imbalance in India's industrial development, common है बिल्कुल. Reforms in banking and financial sector, common. Globalization, यहाँ पे एक आया है, यहाँ पे एक है, same. Role of international funding institutions, IMF, World Bank, WTO, regional economic cooperation, completely similar. Social structure in India, सोशल स्ट्रक्चर इन इंडिया, दोनों में एक ही फर्क है, दैट टू दिस ईयर ओनली, इन 2023 ओनली RBI has changed, that is education they have removed, health they have removed, otherwise they are present in NABARD paper. Rest of the social aspects, that is multiculturalism, urbanization and migration, gender issues, social justice, sustainable development and environmental issues, current ESI part, that all is common. And one thing, when we talk about the sustainable development and environmental issues, this is as such not present in the ESI part of NABARD, but it is as part of the ARD. Okay, वहाँ पे environmental issues है. Here also they have एक जगह पे environment का आया है, but there are so many questions that you can expect from this particular part in NABARD as well. So you can say that this is again a common topic. Again, this all sometimes you have to come out based on the previous year questions as well. You can't exactly stick to the syllabus that has been prescribed in the notification. Okay, so ये हो गया common वाला. Now exclusive क्या है? So if you can see, majority of the syllabus is almost common. Close to 80% तो है ही. मैं I was going through each and every segment and associated topics as well, so that it would be clear for you if you are going through or if you are planning to appear for both these examinations together. RBI exclusive topics है ये सारे. Indian money and financial markets, linkages with the economy, role of Indian banks and Reserve Bank in the development process, public finance, political economy, monetary and fiscal policy since reforms of 1991. इनको छोड़ के whatever the other reforms since 1991, they are common again. Okay, NABARD का as I've said again assistant manager का है, so थोड़ा सा कम ही है वहां पे. If we look at NABARD Grade B, which is again managerial post, statistics, developmental economics, वो सारे papers रहेंगे आपके लिए phase 2 में. So you can understand, you should understand with that the level how they manage. NABARD में देखोगे तो exclusive topics क्या है इस समय? Issues in food security in India, non-institutional and institutional agencies in rural credit, रूरल बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस एंड इंडियन बैंकिंग वो दोनों में कॉमन है, बट एक्सक्लूसिवली रूरल बैंकिंग का भी है. ओके, जेंडर इश्यूज के साथ साथ इन नाबार्ड यू हैव जॉइंट फैमिली सिस्टम एज वेल, बिकॉज इन रूरल इंडिया वी हैव दैट स्टिल, rather than nucleus families, we still have that joint family system. Social infrastructure, as I've said, there only we have few topics, but here exclusively education, health, all associated with these two are are there in NABARD's ESI. See, all educational wastage, education relevance, educational policy. Though they say, in syllabus they haven't mentioned, but you can expect questions on these topics in current affairs, that is in phase 1 of RBI. Because there are so many schemes, so many programs that are being run, they keep on coming in current affairs. So there you can expect this part also. So you can't skip this. Nahi, syllabus mein to nahi hai, why should I? But for your current affairs, it would be very important. Okay? Positive discrimination in favor of the underprivileged, social movements, Indian political systems, all these are exclusive for NABARD. And as I've said, this one, please focus when it comes to current affairs. If there is anything in the latest news articles or latest current affairs, that would be important as part of your current affairs of RBI. I'm talking about phase 1 of RBI. Okay, so अभी तक हमने देखा है कॉमन सिलेबस क्या है, एक्सक्लूसिव सिलेबस क्या है. ओके, नाउ एक तो ये पूरा हो गया हमारा स्टैटिक पार्ट. दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द स्टैटिक पार्ट. नाउ करंट अफेयर्स. करंट अफेयर्स वुड बी whatever the current affairs associated with these topics would be there, first thing. And all this, अगर ग्लोबलाइजेशन है उसका अगर कुछ करंट अफेयर्स है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल एनवायरमेंटल इश्यूज, इफ देर आर एनी करंट अफेयर्स, रिपोर्ट्स, इंडिसेस एसोसिएटेड विद दैट वुड बी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर योर एग्जामिनेशन. इफ WTO का कुछ न्यूज में है, डेफिनेटली दैट वुड बी इंपॉर्टेंट. और लेटेस्ट अपडेट्स कुछ है, दैट वुड बी इंपॉर्टेंट एज पार्ट ऑफ योर करंट अफेयर्स. ओके, सो करंट अफेयर्स में क्या क्या आते हैं जनरली. इसमें भी when we talk about the latest reports, indices and all that, RBI has specifically highlighted in its notification about the reports that you have to go through. But again, as I've said, latest reports including these, because these are not the exclusive reports from which only from which questions would come, but there are various other reports associated with the list of static topics just now as we discussed. From that also, अगर कुछ reports है उनके associated, definitely you can expect questions on that. So don't stick to that कि इसी में से questions आएंगे. Okay, latest budget, very very important. Whatever the latest budget that would be close to when before your examination, that would be important for your examination. Schemes, social sectors and others. एसोसिएटेड टॉपिक्स में जितने भी स्टैटिक पार्ट है उसके एसोसिएटेड जितने भी स्कीम्स होंगे एंड प्रोग्राम्स होंगे विच आर लेटेस्ट रिलीज्ड और विच हैव बीन रिलीज्ड सम लॉन्ग टाइम बैक बट स्टिल दे आर इन करंट अफेयर्स ड्यू टू सम रीजन, all those would be important. Okay, now reports including, that's why I have added this word, including World Development Report, Economic Survey of India, RBI Annual Report, Report and Trend and Progress of Banking in India, Report on Currency and Finance, etc. Because all these would be again as part of your finance and management as well. Okay, there are few common topics. World Economic Outlook, indices, any index that is released associated with the static part or static topic, important. Committees, MOUs, mergers and acquisitions, again associated with the ESI static topics. It all will be part of your ESI current affairs. Summits, conferences, important events जैसे अभी recently COP हुआ है, that would be important. So all those. PIB, now one of the best resources for ESI current affairs would be your PIB. Why PIB? Because this is released directly. Majority of all the articles are released by various ministries, PMO, President Office, Vice President Office, Niti Aayog. So all this would be very much authentic and all the facts and figures are presented without any twists and others. Okay, so that would be important. Magazines, Yojana or Kurukshetra. Why I'm saying, when it comes to ESI of NABARD, their Kurukshetra would help you a lot because the focus is on rural India. But again, Yojana would be helpful for you when it comes to ESI of RBI because majority of the articles are associated with economic and social issues. Though अगर कुछ टॉपिक्स ऐसे हैं that are topics related to NABARD's topics, ESI topics, definitely NABARD के लिए भी होंगे, but exclusively अगर देखा जाए तो कुरुक्षेत्र would be more helpful for you for NABARD examination. Wherein, why? Because these are those articles presented by those people from different walks of life on a single topic. Okay, so you'll have different perspectives of the same topic, so that will help you a lot in getting latest or different kinds of analysis, the trends and the views or their opinions. Now this will be helpful for your descriptive part. This will help you a lot in the descriptive part. Okay, bulletins including RBI bulletins, EPW, India Today, etc., various news magazines. But majorly that would help you in this ESI when we talk about, that would be your Kurukshetra and Yojana. And material that is sourced from RBI and BIS site for RBI, and material that can be sourced from NABARD. That is various schemes and programs already being run by NABARD. That all would be helpful here under the ESI current affairs. Okay. Yes, wherever you find that you have any doubts, please ask me, keep on asking me. Now till now we have seen, once again a quick recap, we have seen the posts, right, which is very important before proceeding with the preparation. After that we have seen what exactly comes in ESI, where it comes actually in NABARD and RBI, and we have seen the common topics for both RBI and NABARD. For ESI we have seen exclusive topics, all again this forms part of static part, and then we have also seen what are the most important topics associated with the ESI current affairs and some sources. Tomorrow, in tomorrow's session, we will have exclusive resources I am going to provide you. Okay, now some important points to remember before proceeding with the preparation. The first thing, current affairs from last 10 to 12 months, if not at least 8 to 10 months, तो आपको prepare करना पड़ेगा when it comes to ESI. Because कई बार it has been observed that though if you look at, though 80% of the questions, close to 80% of the questions would be from the last 6 months only, but the rest 20% little bit back करंट अफेयर से आते हैं, एंड हाई स्कोरिंग के लिए दैट वुड बी अ लॉट मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट. वाई? बिकॉज व्हेन इट कम्स टू ESI, especially RBI, okay, exclusive paper है, and the high you score, the higher would be the chance for your final selection, because जो मेंस के मार्क्स है that would be added to your interview. Similar is the case with NABARD as well. This will help you there. एक्स्ट्रा जो पढ़ रहे हो, बट इफ यू डू नॉट हैव टाइम एटलीस्ट 6 मंथ्स का तो बैक टू बैक कर लीजिए. बिल्ड अ हैबिट ऑफ रीडिंग न्यूज़पेपर डेली. सी कई बार ऐसा होता है कि व्हेन वी स्टार्ट समथिंग, प्रिपरेशन व्हाटएवर, बीच में कहीं पे भी कुछ ब्रेक आता है ना, अगेन गेटिंग बैक ऑन द ट्रैक्स वुड बी लिटिल बिट डिफिकल्ट. सो बेटर बिल्ड दैट हैबिट from today itself, that reading newspaper on a daily basis. एक बार मॉर्निंग फ्रेशेस्ट माइंड के साथ, ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं करना है, मॉर्निंग जस्ट गिव एटलीस्ट 30 minutes. फर्स्ट थिंग दैट यू डू व्हेन योर माइंड इज बिल्कुल फ्रेश, गो थ्रू द न्यूज़पेपर वंस. इफ नॉट हार्ड कॉपी, कई सारे ऑनलाइन भी आते हैं, सो यू कैन गो थ्रू दैट. Revision is the key. Whatever you are doing, whatever you are studying, whatever that you are reading, at least give 2 revisions, especially when it comes to current affairs, because lot of topics would be there. In order to remember that much, एक तो अच्छे से study और पढ़ना कर लीजिए, एंड आफ्टर दैट एटलीस्ट 2 रिविजन्स, इफ नॉट 1 रिविजन तो कर लीजिए. इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू, इफ यू डोंट गेट मच टाइम फॉर योर रिविजन, आई सजेस्ट यू टू गो विथ लॉट्स ऑफ मॉक टेस्ट आफ्टर यू आर स्टडिंग एटलीस्ट 70%. जब भी आपका सिलेबस हो जाएगा, स्टार्ट विथ योर मॉक टेस्ट. That will also help you in the revision, because once you give the test and analyze your performance, these days whatever mock tests that are given, obviously they will be giving you with lot of content in the explanation. So while going through that as well, you will be done with your revision. Okay, so that also you can do. Practice mock test and solve quizzes. This is the key, no doubt. But if it is not possible much, at least एक revision करके you can start with this. This will also help you a lot. Same इम्पैक्ट आपको मिलेगा क्लोज टू रिविजन. ओके, when schemes, indices, reports, whenever they are released, the latest ones, try to get the analysis of that and the trends, that is past year kitna hai, abhi kitna hai, what might be the future, that is way forward, what are you expecting, what is the government suggesting or planning to do. Kindly go through all that, and whenever any index or report is released, if you are not able to go through the entire report, okay, anyways we'll be providing you with the lots of analysis, but at least try to go through the introduction part and the conclusion part of those reports, because these are generally the ones that will be included in the passage based questions. Okay, and the same content would be helpful for your descriptive part as well. Whenever you get any question on that particular report or index or any scheme, that there you can use this content in introducing that. So at least to go through that once, that will help you a lot. PIB ka bhi, whenever you are going through the content, try to go through that background part. That also would be very very helpful. अगर कुछ स्कीम के बारे में है या फिर कुछ प्रोग्राम या फिर कुछ भी इवेंट है, डेफिनेटली पीआईबी में क्या है, बैकग्राउंड देते हैं द एंड. बिल्कुल आप नीचे जाओगे ना, मैं ये पूरा आर्टिकल है ना, लास्ट में दे विल गिव यू द बैकग्राउंड अबाउट दैट पर्टिकुलर स्कीम और प्रोग्राम और द इवेंट एक्सेट्रा. दिस ऑल्सो विल हेल्प यू अ लॉट इन दिस पैसेज बेस्ड एंड डिस्क्रिप्टिव पार्ट. अगर पूरा भी नहीं पढ़ पाए, एटलीस्ट दिस देयर इट विल हेल्प यू. दैट रिकॉल बिल्कुल हाई रहता है वहां पे, उसकी वजह से. कीप अपडेटिंग द करंट अफेयर्स अंटिल ए कपल ऑफ डेज बिफोर द एग्जाम डेट एज वेल. नाउ दिस विल, बिकॉज इट हैज बीन ऑब्जर्व्ड दैट questions are asked in that manner, especially when it comes to current affairs. Regular current affairs के लिए भी the same point would be applicable. For ESI current affairs also the same point would be applicable. So daily आप करते रहोगे तो morning, as I've said, that would help you. After that, anyways, you might have joined any course or something, or you might be following any teacher or mentor. They will be providing you with the content, but first thing, if you can do it by yourself with fresh mind in the morning, after that whatever that is added, this will become your foundation, and all that would be as if icing on the cake. You can see the difference when you start with that. Okay, so these are some of the very very important points that you have to keep in mind. Next thing, what is the correct way of attempting mock test? Many a time students start with the mock test randomly. Don't do that. Complete at least 70% of the syllabus, then start with your mock test. Once you take the mock test, इतना time spend करते हो mock test पे at least 2 hours. Please analyze your performance. Never ever leave your mock test without analyzing your performance. एक बार देख लीजिए कहाँ पे गलत हुआ है, why it went wrong, and what was the reason behind that. That all will help you a lot in further your revision as well as your preparation. You can strategize accordingly. Analyze your performance, revise the weak areas, as I've said earlier also, जहाँ पे revision you are not able to, at least if you can attempt good amount of mock test or chapter wise tests, और कभी कभी सेक्शनल टेस्ट भी होते हैं. सो इफ यू कैन डू दैट, आधा रिवीजन तो वहीं पे हो जाएगा आपका. ओके, नाउ प्रैक्टिस द क्वेश्चंस अगेन ऑफ द वीक एरियाज, वेर एवर यू आर फाइंडिंग इट डिफिकल्ट टू रिकॉल, और कहीं पे कुछ ऑप्शंस में प्रॉब्लम हो, दैट ऑल अगेन रिवीजन एंड प्रैक्टिस हेल्प यू. Keep track of your, how will you keep a track of improvement? Whenever you have started mock test, giving mock test, okay, that is after 70%, and I suggest you at least 1 week to 15 days. अगर आप अभी से अपना तैयारी शुरू कर रहे हो तो एग्जाम डेट जब भी आता है, एटलीस्ट 1 week to 15 days पहले तक ही आप अपना मॉक टेस्ट खत्म कर दीजिए. 1 week to 15 days just prior to the examination, try to revise as much as possible. Now you have got very good analysis of what you have done. That will help you in that revision. Okay, now how do you keep track of your improvement? See, whenever you have started giving mock test, try to note down the marks. मॉक टेस्ट 1, मॉक टेस्ट 2, मॉक टेस्ट 3, 4 कितने मार्क्स आए हैं, एक एक मॉक टेस्ट है, यू विल सी हाउ वेल यू हैव परफॉर्म और वेयर यू आर गोइंग रॉन्ग, कम आ रहे हैं, ज़्यादा आ रहे हैं. नाउ दिस विल हेल्प यू in these, utilizing these 15 days well for your revision. Along with here, यहाँ पे जो revision और revising the weak areas, practicing there also it will help, and in the end you can understand where you have to focus more, where you have to revise more, where you have to put all your attention. Okay, so that will help you a lot. Last 1 week to 7 to 15 days का जो time होता है ना, very crucial again. Okay, so these all analysis, this tracking and everything will help you in those days. So जितना आपने प्रिपरेशन किया है बिल्कुल एक अलग लेवल पे लेके जाएगा दिस वन, इफ़ यू कैन मैनेज दिस वन. अच्छे से मेंटेन करेंगे, एक शीट में कर लीजिए, एक्सेल शीट में कर लीजिए, वॉट एवर वे यू कैन डू दिस विल हेल्प यू. ओके, so this was all from my end. Thank you very much for being with me. Yes, now the forum is open for your queries, questions, etc. And before winding up, I would like to highlight that these are the links to my Telegram channel. I have already highlighted in the description box as well. So I request you all to please join these, so that whatever sessions that I am conducting, you will be getting a link to that on this app and channel. Okay, yes, thank you very much. Yes, any questions, queries? मैंने देखा कई बार बच्चे after the session they are watching the videos. While watching the videos also, if you have any queries, I request you to immediately send it. चैनल पे हो तो वहाँ पे, चैनल पे तो नहीं, ऐप पे हो तो you can send the queries there. वहीं से मैं आंसर कर दूंगी. Yes. Okay. Oh, as there are no queries coming up as such, let's wind up this session. See you all tomorrow, same time, 8:30 p.m. with yet another interesting session. Tomorrow we are going to see the resources. कौन से ऐसे resources हैं that would help you in your preparation of RBI Grade B and NABARD Grade. दोनों का करेंगे हम लोग. ठीक है. Thank you very much once again. Please take good care of yourself. Bye bye. Good night.